Hey guys, it's Mia here back once again, and today I decided, since it's been a while since I've done a reaction video, that I'm gonna do a reaction to a channel called r slash. And what he does is he goes to like Reddit and stuff and finds stories of entitled people or other stories and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to react to these stories because I thought it'd be cool to give my natural reaction to the stories. So if you want to check him out for yourself, I'm going to put the link to the video down below because I don't think we're going to watch the full video. So, yeah. Let's get on into the video.
Slash entitled parents, where psychopathic criminals break the law in the name of their precious children. I'm a 21-year-old female babysitter, and I have this girl, let's call her Mia, whom I week plus whenever the parents ask me to help out. Mia is 8 now, and I started babysitting her when she was 4 months. Yes, I was 14 at the time. The family is great, and Mia is a really easy kid. We are like sisters. I never rose my rate, so keep in mind that I have been working for £1.50, about $1.70 per hour for roughly 8 years, and could expect a £20 gift card for both my birthday and Christmas. I'm a babysitter for fun, not for money, and I'm true to that. What I earn just about covers expenses. I have an actual job that's paying for my life after all.
Firstly, I think it's really cool the fact that she babysits just to help out and for the fun of it instead of for the money of it. That'd be nice if like more people did that. I understand if it's like your only job or your first starting out job, but that's nice of her. I think that shows she's a good person.
When Mia is with me for an entire Saturday, we go on day trips. She loves shopping and sightseeing, so I mostly take her around to bigger cities. This is where the story starts. We are on the bus on an hour drive to the next bigger city. Taking the car meant stress for me as I don't like driving and the train was more expensive. Though both would have been a 30 to 40 minute ride, me and I like to go by bus. The private bus company has perks. On this particular day, I paid £10 for a return ticket. Mia, being under 10 years old, went for free. Plus, they wait for you on the way back, but causing delays results in fees. Anyway, we are on the bus as per usual. I brought my old Nintendo DSi for her to play with. I can do whatever, she plays happily, it's a win. Until this entitled mom and her 10-year-old boy come along.
Okay, is it bad that I just got on the DS train? Like, I just got a DS not too long ago this year. And it's nice. But yeah, I just got on that train, so I'm far behind.
They take the seats right behind ours. No problem, right? Wrong. It doesn't take long for the boy to notice the console and the racing game Mia was somewhat fixated on. Boy to entitled mom, "Mom, I want to play." Entitled mom, "Well, go ahead." I thought he would like get our attention and ask nicely. Nope. The boy jumps up from his seat, reaches over Mia's lean, and tries to snatch the game from above. He gets hold of it for a moment, but the hand strap stops him. I made sure Mia's wrist was fine and the game not broken from the rough move. Then I turn around, stopping the boy from another attempt.
Okay, firstly, who are you to tell your kid that they can go ahead and play with whatever they want, even if you don't know the people? And then for the boy to snatch it from her hand, they don't know each other like at all. So what right does he think he has to do that? It'd be different if they knew each other, but you still don't grab stuff from people's hands when they're using it. I can't stand when people do that. It's rude, it's annoying, and just ask politely, and then maybe, I don't know, they'd actually let you have a turn when they're done. It just takes being polite, not being a brat.
Young man, that wasn't nice. He just wants to play. Let him play too. Teach your child to ask properly and I will consider. Don't tell me how to parent, kid.
Okay, firstly, if a, I don't know, 16-year-old, because she said she can drive, if a 16-year-old has more common sense than you do with your little, I don't know how old he is, kid, or wait, he's 10. So this kid is picking on a little girl with, I'm guessing, a broken arm, because they were talking about a wrist sling or something. So this 10-year-old is picking on this 9-year-old girl with a broken arm, and the mom thinks that that's okay and she doesn't need to yell at her kid. Yeah, somebody needs to teach you how to parent because you're not doing it right, obviously.
Mom, I want that game. In a minute, sweetie. No, it's not yours, and I'm asking you to leave us alone. I sit back down, hoping to have heard the end of it. Way wrong. Mia's seat shakes a few times. The boy is kicking her seat. She asks him to stop. He continues. I warned the mom I would tell the drivers. There are always two on the bus, just in case. He is bored. Give him the game and he will stop. I immediately get up, quickly help Mia change into another row, then go to the front and explain the situation when I hear Mia yelling, "Let go!" I turn around. This boy has one hand on the game and the other pulling her hair. Entitled mom is smirking in satisfaction as the boy rips the hand sling off Mia and returns to his seat holding the game.
Okay, so not only does this little boy try to snatch the game, but starts pulling her hair? Are you kidding me? And who just pulls somebody's sling holding their broken arm off of them? That's assault, and if he were older than that, he'd be going to jail. Like, really? And the mom is sitting there smirking like that is okay? Like, you're either evil, you need put in a psych ward, or freaking, like, you need spanked just as bad as your kid does because, oh my goodness. I was willing to overlook it when he pulled the game from her because, you know, that's kids. But really, pulling her hair and pulling a sling off of the kid, if I was the babysitter, that boy would be getting spanked right in front of that entitled mom, and then I'd smack that entitled mom right in the face. Like, I don't believe in violence, but this kid is 9 years old with a broken arm, getting attacked by this 10-year-old entitled little brat. And in my opinion, they both need put in their place because they think their crap don't stink. Well, lady, you need that smirk smacked right off your face, and that boy needs his butt spanked because neither of you know how to behave, and that just shows you're a horrible human being.
I immediately storm at him and grab it back without a word. He starts crying and screaming loudly. I don't care. It's 8 a.m. This was supposed to be a happy girls' day out. Now I had Mia in tears and a bratty son with his entitled mom on my hands. You give that back right now. My son was playing with it. Bus driver 2 comes to our rescue, practically pushed the woman and her son into the last row, asking us to take seats up front to separate us as far as possible. Entitled mom was advised to use some common sense that this was not her game and thus not hers to decide over. I didn't quite listen anymore but heard something from the lines of, "My son only wanted to try the game. These girls were unfairly rude to him. I demand an apology."
Okay, wait. You demand an apology? Let's recap the situation. You, not even knowing these people, told your son to go ahead and play their game. Instead of asking nicely, he tries to snatch the game out of the girl's hand. Okay, yeah, little kids being little kids, just say no, don't do that, and move on. But then he attacks the little girl, pulling her hair, pulling her sling off of her, and then you have the audacity to smirk like that is anyway okay. But then, when the game is snatched back from the kid, which is exactly what he did to her, you are the one that demands an apology because your son can dish it, but he can't take it? Okay, wait, you hypocritical idiot. You cannot let your son attack somebody and sit there and say it's okay and smirk like you own the world, and then when someone does the exact same thing to your son, giving him a taste of your own medicine, he boo-hoos and cries like he was the one hurt. And then you demand an apology? I'm just going to go ahead and say right now, you ain't going to get it, lady, because your son does not deserve one. He started this whole mess.
I hide my hand and give her the finger. Not that entitled mom could see. Mia snickers. Whoops, my bad. Mia saw. But Mia was already smiling and starting the game again. Fast forward to the end of a successful shopping spree. We were signed for the last bus back, 7 p.m. departure and 10 minutes early. I let Mia choose the seats as per usual, pretty much up front. There were 2 couples waiting already and a third arriving with us. All seemed fine until the driver, I noticed that we're the same drivers again, announced we couldn't leave. 2 people were missing, but they would call them to either hurry to the bus or decline their seats. It would just be a few more minutes. Or not. We had to wait for them. Company policy. 7:35 p.m. my nightmare comes true. Entitled mom and son walk up to the bus, not hurrying at all, ice cream cones in hand. No messy food on the bus. They have to finish outside. Again, not hurrying in any way.
You know, if I was the bus driver and they're sitting out there eating ice cream as slow as they possibly can, like, if you know you have to get back to the bus and the bus driver is not going to allow food on the bus, get your food, eat it, make sure you have enough time to finish it, then get on the dang bus. I mean, these people could be going home from work to feed their kids, going to pick up their kids from school, coming home from school. So you're causing all these people's lives to be delayed because you wanted ice cream and were too stupid or uncaring to keep your eye on the clock to make sure you had enough time to finish it before you got on the bus? Ma'am, please. Like, if I was the bus driver and you caused, I don't know, an hour delay or a 45-minute hour delay, I'm pretty sure they don't have to stand there and wait for you that whole time. I would leave you sitting on the sidewalk and wouldn't feel bad at all about it because of what you caused before in the morning and you holding everybody up now. That's on you.
7:45 p.m. Head count. We finally drive back. Everyone on board is annoyed by the delay. Entitled mom and son probably took the seats in the other aisle, yet right behind us on purpose, but I wasn't going to say anything yet. Lesson learned, I hoped. Bus driver 2 is driving now. Driver 1 comes up to the mom. Ma'am, sorry to bother you, but you caused a 45 minutes delay, and according to our terms and conditions, the company will fine you for that. Fine me? What, for a few minutes? No way. I was told there would be a ride home waiting for us, and that's it.
A 45-minute delay is not a few minutes. I consider a few minutes like 5 or 6 at most, if that. Like, you caused these people an hour of their lives that they probably had something either important to do or someone important to get back to. Like, and you think you're gonna, and then everybody has to pay, but you think you don't have to pay? Like, you must be living in a different world, because obviously the whole world revolves around you and your spoiled demon brat of a kid. But, I don't know. I think everybody deserves fair chance, but that's just me. Sorry, I didn't realize the world revolved around you.
I'm sorry, but you knew that beforehand. It is in our terms and conditions. No one told me that. You agree to it, ma'am. The company will mail you everything. I need your ID, please. No. I'm afraid I will have to involve police then. He goes back into his seat. The boy shows up next to me. Boy, I want that game. I told you no this morning. It's still no. He pulls a sad face but goes back to his mom. It's semi-dark outside. Mia is lying spread over her seat and my lap. Not that I cared. She was tired and I expected her to fall asleep while playing. And she did, face buried in my jacket that she had folded like a pillow on my lap. I turned the game off, but with the sling on Mia's wrist, I can't put it away. Entitled mom suddenly hovers above me. She is done playing. So? My son can play now.
Okay. I just have to laugh at how persistent this entitled piece of trash mom is. Like, oh dear. Like, what makes you think after what you pulled, if you keep asking, the answer's gonna change? Like, oh, my son tried to snatch the game. My son attacked the little girl you're babysitting. My son was being a total brat and demanding I give him my stuff. Demanding that you give him your stuff. But, I don't know, he can play now since he's not sitting there using it anymore. Like, what world do you live in? Just because you keep asking with your bad attitude doesn't mean the answer is going to change. Like, come on. Maybe if you, I don't know, asked nicely, you could have had it in the morning. But your son had to do all this and cause all this commotion for everybody, and you act like you're gonna get the game if you keep asking? Not how it works, hun. Sorry to say.
No, he can't. It's my game. Come on, just give it to him. He wants it and you are too old for it anyway. I don't care. It's my game. I said no, so please leave me alone now. What gives you the right? She's practically yelling. I'm worried she might wake Mia and that I could end up with a cranky, tired child. I own it. Do me a favor and don't wake her. She is asleep. She doesn't need the game now. Ma'am, the game is tied to her wrist. I would have to wake her to get it, and in any way, I would be playing it then, not your son. It is my game, and if I have to tell you again, I will ask the drivers for help. You know I'll do it. Driver 1 turns around to us, giving her a stern look. I figured he was listening. Entitled mom and son moved a few rows back. I thought she was defeated. Again, I was wrong. A few minutes later, I was occupied with my phone, texting back and forth with a friend. I wasn't paying attention to anything else, but watching Mia didn't fall off the seats whenever she moved. I didn't think much of the tiny hand on my leg at first since Mia's left arm was somewhere around there. Then Mia shoots up with an eardrum-shattering scream. I nearly dropped my phone in shock. There is the boy right between my legs. He had crawled up under our seats from behind to come up and probably try to snatch the game. That was his hand on my leg, and Mia had woken up to him staring right into her face mere centimeters away.
Okay, can I just take a second to say that if this poor boy does not get some actual parental guidance and some behavioral modifications, like if he doesn't get to a good home that actually cares about him and will teach him right from wrong, he is going to be the biggest thief, end up in jail if he doesn't get a good family that will actually teach him what is right and what is wrong. Because this entitled mom is just sitting there letting him do whatever he wants, and that's how thieves and all those kind of people come out to be made. I hope that this kid ends up with a better family. I don't condone taking kids away from their families, but oh dear, I hope this boy has some better guidance. I hope the father is smarter than the mother, because this poor boy needs help learning right from wrong, and he just needs a better family in general, because obviously they don't care enough to teach him how the world really works.
The driver was cool enough not to cause an accident due to the scream, but stopped the bus as soon as he could. Both drivers were furious. The boy was crying. Entitled mom is screaming at Mia and I for making him cry, all while I am unable to grasp the situation for a moment, holding the shaking 8-year-old. A man from the other couples gets up and manages to somehow silence the situation entirely. Entitled mom: "This selfish girl scared my baby. She purposely screamed right into his face."
Hold up, you hypocritical idiot. She's the selfish one? Says the one letting your son attack an 8-year-old. I said 9, so he's 2 years younger than this boy, with a broken wrist or arm. And they're doing all this to them, but no, the babysitter and the little girl are the selfish ones. My definition of selfish just went out the window, because, whoo boy, this entitled mom apparently doesn't know what selfish is. And again, they don't know each other at all, so that just makes it all the worse.
Other driver: "Ma'am, why was your son underneath her seat?" "I want this girl off the bus now." "Ma'am, please answer the question. Why wasn't your son seated?" "He is a good child. He can do whatever he wants." Boy in tears: "I want the game, Mommy." Entitled mother towards me: "You owe my child that game now, jerk." I ignored the insult. I had to calm Mia, trying not to explode in anger myself. I was so mad I wanted to punch something.
Oh yeah, stealing stuff and attacking a little girl 2 years younger than her with a broken arm is considered good, being a good kid? Do I have my definition of good kid backwards? My definition of a good kid is someone that asks nicely, knows how to take no for an answer if he is not allowed, or says thank you when given the game. That's my definition of a good kid. And maybe if he was a good kid, he would have the game by now. But apparently, I must be confused if that's my definition of a good kid. Is that your guys' definition of a good kid, or is it the same as the entitled moms? Because I'm pretty sure good kids means having manners and being respectful, not being a straight up little demon child. I don't think he deserves anything. He didn't deserve that ice cream. He didn't deserve to have the game at all. And he doesn't even deserve to be on the bus with all this crap these poor people on the bus have to witness. But I don't know. I must be confused. I don't know. Let me know if you guys agree with me or with the entitled mom. Because I'm pretty sure my definition of a good kid is someone that asks politely and learns to expect the word no. You know? But that's just me.
The boy tried to reach for the game again. I had it with him. Admittedly, I didn't want to push him away as hard as I did, and I know I shouldn't have pushed him back at all, but since he only fell against his mother, I couldn't have cared less. I got up, face bright red, taking deep breaths as to not completely lose it. You listen here, kid. Don't you dare to touch us or our game again. You hurt my baby. You better be glad he is underage, ma'am. Otherwise, he would be facing charges right now. Multiple attempts to steal my game, for starters. And the way he crawled up beneath us, I could probably make a sexual assault out of that. Also, Child Protective Services would be very interested to learn you even encouraged your son.
She forgot one little charge she could add on to that. She said theft and sexual assault. But on top of that, you can actually add physical assault because he was pulling her hair and pulled her sling off her wrist. So that's 3 charges this boy would be facing right now if he was not 10 years old.
Yes, I could have done that to him underage, but let's be honest, he was probably the victim of this woman's miserable parental guidance, and I wasn't going to ruin his life more, though then and there I very much wanted to. You have no right to talk to me like that. Your brat made my baby cry. You owe him that game now. He deserves it. He is a good kid. She wanted to get past me herself now. Behind me, Mia still had the game. I didn't care for the game itself anymore, but she would probably hurt Mia trying to take it. Now, I'm 5'9" and roughly 70 kilograms. I'm one straight noodle and I really don't look like much, but I'm the only girl on an all-male rugby team. I take on guys bigger and older than her, and Mia knows that. She has seen me play. Mia, do your trick. My trick. I can throw people over out of a stand pretty bad. That's my standard move, but I couldn't do that now. I had already overreacted pushing the boy. Both drivers and the man held the woman back. She was screaming and thrashing around, throwing punches and insults all over while demanding I gave her son that game. The 2 other men came to help tame her. It took a while until she gave in and sat down. Finally, I thought once more we could get home. I had already told Mia's mom that we would be back late due to delay, but nothing more since our departure. So I have Mia huddled over the seats again, shaking but sunken into the game again, and I take my phone out to let her mom know we would be even later. That's when I heard entitled mom whisper into her phone. She is obviously telling police some story about a stolen toy, child abuse, being threatened and cornered by several men, and being too scared to ask for an early drop-off somewhere around. She was absolutely exaggerating and presenting her own twisted version of the story.
Oh, that's priceless. Is she too stupid to realize how many witnesses are on that bus? And on top of that, all buses have security cameras. So what in her right mind thinks that if the cops are called, her version of the story is going to be backed up in any way other than maybe by her son? Like, she literally just told on herself. Oh, the stupidity. Oh. Hey, I guess that makes the bus driver's job easier. Like, she didn't take into account, oh, every single other passenger on the bus has saw all this happen and knows that I'm the idiot and the horrible human being that started this all. Not to mention, all buses have security cameras, but the world revolves around me, so everybody's gonna believe my story and go along with me. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, just, oh boy. Well, way to go, you just told on yourself, so I guess that's one good thing you've done today. Oh boy.
I asked Mia to let me up and I go to tell the drivers. They look mortified to say the least and contacted police and their office themselves as well. Now, I had to type that out for Mia's mom as short as possible. I didn't want her to freak out about police at the drop-off since she was coming to pick us up. Fast forward 45 minutes later. 8 cops are waiting for us. An ambulance. Mia's mom, who seemed to have introduced herself to police already, along with some elderly man who was there to pick up one of the couples. Mia is happy again, which I was overly thankful for. I was scared dead for this to have some traumatic impact on her. It could have been partly my fault for exploding. She had never really been in trouble, hence had never seen me mad. Mia runs up to her mom, I follow with our shopping bag. Entitled mom and son are questioned separately in the ambulance. The rest of us has to answer questions as well. The drivers back us up with the bus surveillance cameras. Entitled mom is busted. Both she and her child are banned to ride with the company. She faces charges for a handful of things, encouraging her son to theft, false accusations, and attacking me among them. At home, Mia proudly presented her new fabrics. I have a sewing machine which we work on rainy days, and shirts, all within the shopping money her mom gave her for the day. I pay for myself. In the end, I got off with a warning for pushing the boy. Entitled mom pressed charges that were dropped due to the circumstances. The judge figured I was protecting Mia and my property in a heated situation and that the boy's prior actions had made it necessary for me to step in. Entitled mom was fined for the entire delay she and her son had caused, an hour and 18 minutes in total, was ordered to accept family assistance, and Child Protective Services were to look over the family situation as well. Mia wasn't affected in any way. Mia's mother was quite understanding and doubled my Christmas gift card. I guess it was somewhat an apology or thanks. She said it was because I risked charges to protect her daughter and taught her to stand up and be strong. This weekend we went on another trip. Boarding the bus heading out, I see a boy in line.
Alright guys, well I think I'm going to end it here. There is a part 2 to the story, but I'll put the link down in the description below if you would like to read the rest for yourself. Or if you would want to see my reaction to part 2 of the story, comment that down below and I will do my reaction to the rest of the story. But I think that's a good point to end it, and like I said, if you want to see the whole story without my commentary, the link will be down below in the description. But if you would want to see my reaction to the rest of the story, comment that down below. Comment part 2 down below, and I will do my reaction to the rest of the story. But the link to the video is down below in the description to watch this yourself without my input. But all is well that ends well. I guess they got what they deserved in the end. And I still think it's funny that she literally told on herself, because there was no way with all the witnesses and cameras that she was going to get away with everything her and her bratty son were doing. And I'm sorry if I sound like such a horrible, mean person, but really, I was taught to respect everyone until they disrespect me. And just wait, and then she's like, you're too old for the game anyway. So that doesn't matter. It's her game, and she wasn't playing it to begin with. The little girl was, for one. And then the fact that she said, oh, what did she say? I had it in my head, and then I started talking about the other part, and I forgot. That he deserves the game. If he deserves the game so bad, you obviously can afford to spoil the brat to this point. So why don't you go out and buy his own game? I mean, you can find them pretty cheap if they're used and in pretty good condition. And on top of that, I'm pretty sure if you're as entitled, stuck-up nose in the air as you are, you can let the kid have a couple games on your phone and bada bing, bada boom, problem solved. But no, you had to be a total freaking horrid person at all of this situation. So, in the end, you got what you deserved. Maybe that'll teach you and your entitled brat to have manners. At least, I hope it would. I seriously hope it would. And I hope that boy got to a better family that would teach him actual right from wrong. Or that the parental people that came in help out and look out around, and I hope that boy got into a better situation all around. Maybe not getting taken from his family, that might be a bit extreme, but just had some actual, like, someone there to guide him to the right direction. Because it's just sad, because it's not the boy's fault. It's really not. It's that entitled, smirking, horrid mother's fault. Like, because if kids don't get disciplined and they're not taught right from wrong, they turn into what this kid has turned into. And I just feel so bad for the boy. I know that I talked bad about him, but it's really not his fault. It's the fact that he had a horrible mom that thought she was entitled to everything and that the world revolved around her. I don't know if she was spoiled growing up and that's why, or she just thinks she deserves everything because her crap don't stink. But I don't know. I really don't think it was the boy's fault at all. I mean, it's all about how you're raised, but just a little bit of manners would have changed the whole situation. I'm sure if he would have asked politely, he would have gotten a turn on the game when Mia was done, or Mia would have even said, well, yeah, we'll take turns. I'll play, you play, or we could play together. I don't know. A little bit of manners goes a long way, guys. Just saying. Well, that's it for this video, guys. As always, if you enjoyed, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell down below to stay up to date on future videos. And if you want a part 2 to this video, comment down below part 2. And like I said, if you want to see the full video without my commentary with it, the link to the video will be in the description below. Hope to see you next time. Bye, guys!